You are listening to the Star Bandits podcast. I'm your co-host, Marcus Delzell.
I am your co-host, Caleb King.
I'm Junaid.
You're not Junaid.
Oh, man.
Run it back.
My name's Junaid.
Howdy, I'm Robbie Bland.
And today with us, we have a special guest. He is a dive instructor. He is a Star Bandit. He is a adventurer.
And a handsome guy.
I have been called handsome before. My name's Tristan. I'm 21 years old, and I never learned how to fucking read.
That is so true.
Talk about a special guest.
How's everyone doing? It's been a while since we actually recorded an episode. Our past two episodes have been pre-recorded, so it's been a hot minute.
2 weeks, right?
I think 2 weeks.
Yeah, we were at fucking Big Bend in the holidays. It was some crazy shit.
Crazy shit. We were on a camping trip together. It was pretty awesome in the desert, mountains of Texas.
We were so unprepared. It was awesome.
Okay,
It was
I
great.
think we were decently prepared. I
That
think
was
we were
okay.
decently prepared. The only thing that we didn't actually have was like paper towels and a means of getting to our campsite
And a 4-wheel drive.
and 4-wheel drive. So we got this campsite that was 4-wheel drive, or like to get there, you had to go on this trail called the Epic Trail.
Fuck
Was
the
not
epic
It was
trail.
not epic.
Why would
It
you
was
need
not
four-wheel drive
epic.
for something that's epic?
Well,
True.
Fucking hate the epic trail.
It pwned us.
And to get there, you need a 4-wheel drive vehicle, and you need 8 inches of clearance from the bottom of your car to the ground. And then so the person who recommended our campsite was my boss at one of my jobs.
I hope your boss gets fired.
I don't. But he was like, "Oh yeah, you can get there. What cars are you taking?" And I was like, "A Toyota RAV4
Okay.
and a Trailblazer." And he was like, "Oh yeah, that's plenty fine." And so we get there, and it was not plenty fine.
A bold-faced lie.
It was a lie. This trail was treacherous. It was dangerous. We almost all lost our lives.
We
Not
didn't,
really,
no.
but
Lost our
We did
dignity.
almost lose our cars.
yeah, definitely almost. Yeah,
And for some of us, that's literally our lives.
That's my
It's
job.
almost
Yeah.
worse.
yeah.
Man, it was worth it, I think, though.
Certainly.
The trails were treacherous, and we got stuck a few times. And
trip was awesome, though.
the best part was we got ourselves unstuck
We got
almost
ourselves
every
unstuck,
time.
yeah.
And it was, I'll never forget, like the first time we got major stuck, like my car was just stuck in the fucking pit, and we
Yeah, there were
had to
like,
move a bunch of rocks to get it out.
there were these huge slopes that you really had to drive up like really quick, or else you'd
Steep
like,
ass
back
It was
out.
like a 45 to 50 degree angle.
And at times, like rocks would get in the middle of cars or in the butt of the tire.
But
And it was a great exercise in our ability to problem solve as
Yeah,
a group.
it
And
was
I feel like,
We're so good at problem solving.
I mean, yeah,
Why'd
we
you say it like
got
that?
unstuck
We
several
are.
times.
We are.
And,
That wasn't even a joke.
you know, we all took turns trying to get my car over the hill.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And we got stuck a few times, then we got unstuck, and then my tire just blew out on the
Fucking
front passenger
the
side.
largest gash I've ever seen in a tire.
Big fucking gash. That media will probably be put where on like our
Nowhere.
nowhere. We're not
I
gonna
don't
upload
think-
that.
Did anybody take a picture?
I
of
got the
it?
pictures.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll
I had the
post a
pictures
picture,
to prove that it happened.
There will be a picture in the show notes. It was an insane hole, and we were like screwed. There was no way we could get out on that tire.
Yeah.
And so I had to go and find a temporary campsite, and
In
it's
pitch
dark.
black. Yeah.
It's dark, like literally, like you cannot see. And it took us a long time to find a campsite, and we had to go through a lot of troubles to get to the point to where we finally found one. And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
We all like knocked on doors in the park. And
Yeah, we
asked you for
pleaded
help.
for people to help us. We SOS horned. We knocked on doors. We got it was rough, but we did it, and it was so fun the whole time.
Yeah. We made it out. No one was really hurt at all.
Yeah.
You know, the car, I had a spare, so we just changed the spare out the next
Yeah.
day once I learned how to change a tire. And the rest is history. It was a great trip after that.
Yeah.
After that whole debacle, the same night, no one in their right mind would think, let's make Korean barbecue, like Korean beef right now over rice.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm glad we did that.
We made shrimp.
Shrimp
that night.
etouffee.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
made
Shrimp
shrimp,
etouffee,
which is
the first
even
day.
harder.
Yeah. And then the
Yeah.
next day,
Then it was
Korean beef.
beef.
Oh man,
It was great.
We ate like kings on the entire trip.
That Korean
it was
beef,
so
man.
good.
That was a
I will
highlight.
cook it again. I will cook it
you
again.
should cook it again.
Please.
That was pretty
Oh
great.
God, that stuff was so good.
Dude,
I
and we hiked
remember-
like beasts, man.
Yeah.
That was so
Climb
awesome.
mountains,
Me and,
canyons.
me and Janae tracked a herd of longhorn. That was
Yeah.
fucking sick.
That was epic.
I got to film a little bit of a stop motion out in the desert.
yeah, you did. You
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
was
Definitely highly. No, it was not.
That was the low point for everyone.
Super
Yeah.
recommend.
It was a low point 'cause I
Big
wasn't
Bend
hanging
State
out.
Park, if you're in Texas, it is phenomenal.
It was
It
pretty.
was a great time, and
It's
we got
super
to
pretty.
we got to witness the cosmic solar whatever
Oh, the
event.
Star of
Yeah,
Bethlehem or whatever.
Yeah.
yeah.
Star-
And
that's what
was
it's called?
interesting. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Star of Bethlehem. It's just Jupiter and Saturn aligned.
You love things with
every
big
800
names.
Years. Do I?
Yeah.
What makes you say that?
I don't know, man. You just like you named your cat Ramses, and that's a pharaoh, right?
that's a big name.
No,
Actually,
no, no.
It's like
That's a-
fucking 6 letters,
6 letters.
man.
But you would name your kid like Prometheus or
Yeah,
something like that.
I would name Methuselah.
Yeah. Okay. Boom. Point proven.
Come here, Lucifer.
There was a whole day of the camping trip where everyone just said potential names for my child.
That was
And
awesome. That was so
it was
awesome. It was like an
incredibly-
hour. It was literally like an hour 32 2 hours easy.
of everyone just saying,
We were so bored and like there was so much nothing to do. Is that we're just waiting for food to cook and shit like that. So we just kept saying Hulk Bland and fucking naming this kid Hulk.
Dude, that was peak.
Oh shit, my
Hulk
phone.
bland, cringe bland, dirt bland, shoe bland.
Shirt Bland.
Fuck bland.
Burger Bland.
Piss bland.
Root beer Bland.
Burger.
That was awesome.
Milk bland.
Burger King.
All
I
things-
hated it.
all
It was
things
so
Robbie
annoying.
likes.
Yeah, all
All
Robbie
things-
was saying
yeah.
it was like,
No.
no. That's,
Yeah, he
that's
said-
evil, man.
We were
that's
making-
evil, man.
We were coming up with names for 2 hours. You were just saying no for 2 hours.
Yes.
And he eventually went catatonic. It was
Well,
awesome.
Yeah.
we said so. I can't remember the really funny ones.
Hulk bland. That's where it peaked.
No,
Chris-
I know, but that was the
Chris
first
Bland.
one. But there was like some really, really funny ones that we just like went hard laugh at for a while.
It was a good time. It was a good
Tristan,
time.
what would you name your kid?
Atlas. I would probably
believe
name my
it.
child Atlas. yeah.
I hard to
Atlas
believe that.
Beasley.
Atlas Beasley, and I have to remember to deep throat the mic when I say that.
That's a good name.
About to fart in the mic.
Atlas
Atlas.
Beasley's a good name.
Maybe Rose if it was a woman, but you know,
I don't even know if you could hear that. That probably wasn't worth
No,
it.
no, no.
Put
they
that up
could
to
hear
your
that.
mic.
Would your
You
wife
Yeah,
give
fart in
birth
the
to
mic.
a woman?
she would give birth to a very small woman, maybe
Okay.
What?
a baby woman. In fact,
Oh, a small woman.
Yeah. So
Keep them
you
out
were
of
you
yours.
were you were doing stop motion for what of your projects?
I did Hulk versus Broly.
Hulk
because-
versus Broly.
Yeah. Is anyone here familiar with Death Battle?
Yeah, I am.
It's a web show where they match up 2 characters, and Hulk versus Broly was always like my dream match. Like my whole life, I've always wanted to see those characters fight each other. And so when I found out they were doing that, I thought, oh, I'm gonna go camping and have literally nothing to do, and I'm gonna be in the desert. That's prime like filming material for Hulk. So I filmed half of a stop motion of those 2 characters fighting while we were out there. I couldn't finish in time because my camera battery kept running out.
Excuses.
I guess we have to go camping
Excuses.
again.
No,
Oh, man.
I got to enough of a stopping point where I can change locations and it'll be perfectly fine.
Who won?
That's a spoiler.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't you like
watched.
to know?
I started watching the death battle video because I was like, Robbie told me about this, and this is something Robbie cares about, and I
For
could
the Hulk
probably
versus
bond with
Broly?
him if I watched this. And then I fell asleep like 5 minutes in the video.
Was it the Hulk versus Broly video?
Yeah, it was a Hulk versus Broly video.
Okay.
It is important to me.
Do you
It's
want to
like,
know who wins?
I'll watch it again.
It's like I don't know, man. Like I've always done like what if like character fight videos. That's like half of my YouTube channel is just Wonder Woman versus Raiden, Cell versus Doomsday, Batman versus Boba Fett, you know, whatever. And so Hulk versus Broly is one I've always wanted to do for my own channel. It's just it's such a big undertaking because Broly requires a lot of special effects to be done well, and is also a usually expensive character to get a hold of. But thanks to the Dragon Ball Super Broly movie that came out just a year or 2 ago, Broly figures got released actually and stopped being rare, so I was able to get a hold of them. And with Death Battle doing that video in particular, it was just awesome to see that want of mine be acknowledged and really done very well. I liked their fight a lot. I would and will do a few things differently than they did, but overall I was very, very happy with the program
Who
and what
won
they
in the
came up
Death
with.
Battle video?
Broly.
Wait, really?
Broly
Yeah.
won.
Yeah, Broly wins.
Really? Broly
Yeah.
won?
And you would hard disagree with that.
I do believe Hulk should win and would win. But
Well, they think you're stupid.
well, it's not a you're stupid thing. It's just that they came to a different conclusion, and that is what
And
it
that
is.
shit's on your conclusion. It pwns your. It's actually the
mean-
opposite of your conclusion.
If you want to accept their conclusion as like gospel, then
I'm not
yeah.
saying that. I'm
but-
saying it shits on yours, and yours shits on theirs, and theirs shits on yours, and they both shit on each other.
It's not a shitting on thing for me, really. It's like that's their conclusion, and they did their math to get where they did. I disagree with it.
Did you
And
do math?
It's more about the fun of seeing the characters interact and get to fight each other than it is about who should or would win, in my opinion.
Okay.
So I don't feel shit on at all. And they did a lot of math that I would never even try to do, because what Death Battle does is they try to like quantify feats and
What
accomplishments.
like fucking Deadliest Warrior does.
Yes, they're very
But
inspired
Deadliest
by
Warrior likes
Deadliest
to
Warrior.
fake a lot.
Except Death Battle doesn't really fake a lot. They just kind of take screen caps or recordings, and then they're like, okay, this character is this tall, and then this mountain is this tall. And so if this character is able to lift this mountain, here's the average height of the mountain based on the...
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's interesting because there's a lot more source material for Hulk than there is for Broly. And so
That's a double-edged sword,
Really?
because Hulk exists in the same universe as fucking Spider-Man and Daredevil and Captain America. And when you're writing a Captain America or Spider-Man story, you're not going to have Hulk win. You're going to
Yeah.
have Captain America or Spider-Man
Okay.
win. And so if Captain America is able to KO Hulk by just kicking him in the nuts, which has happened before, that then makes it look like Hulk has really limited
Okay.
durability.
Okay.
And then with Broly only having one canon movie and then a few non-canon movies to take pull from, you just have those fights. And even though he lost every one of those fights, his feats still look really good because he's
Yeah.
fighting Goku at his most powerful.
okay.
So-
Spider-Man's strength is really underrated, though. Like, not too many people talk about it. He can lift up at least like 3 fucking tanks. It's awesome.
How
Really?
many pedophiles could he beat up at one time?
As many as he could get his
With
hands
one
on.
punch.
Really?
With one punch.
If
with one
none
punch.
of, well, I mean, with one, like, beat up or kill.
One punch. How many can he take on?
Probably like
At least
a lot.
15.
Probably at least like 50, maybe.
Okay.
Could he
That's
use
that's
two
a
as
big punch.
nunchucks?
Probably, yeah.
Does Spider-Man have web nunchucks?
He could. I think he's made those at some point.
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Yeah, I think so.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So what are some I guess fantasy matchups between characters that y'all are interested in?
Junkrat versus Joker.
Really?
Yeah, I would love to see that.
That would be explosive.
I never even like.
I thought about it. I think about it for
I
some.
never
I know
would've considered that.
I know no one thinks about it because no one cares.
I can make
think,
that.
I think about it all the time.
I can make
Yeah.
that for you.
That would be awesome.
Who would win? Who would win?
I think I think Joker will win because
we can write a script together.
Yeah, that'd be, dude. I'm just gonna suck your dick, man.
Don't suck my dick. Let's just make a video together.
Yeah, that makes me want to,
To make a video sucking. his
No,
dick,
no. We're not making
or-
content for fucking Pornhub.
What else are you gonna put on your
You
Patreon?
could make a sex stop motion.
Dude, I'm so goddamn tired of the sex stop motion bullshit.
That'd be awesome.
I was in middle school once and I was like showing some of my friends, hey, I made this stop motion with Master Chief. And they're like, oh, that's kind of whatever. But it'd be really funny if you animated Master Chief jerking off and then he comes on the camera. And I was like, why would I make
I
that?
kind of want to do that now.
Oh my God.
I think about Smash characters a lot because I play Smash.
Oh yeah, that's like the dream mashup between
Right.
characters. That's awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
But it doesn't because I don't do math or whatever, but I also like to kind of quantify how strong different characters are.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, who would win between fucking Yoshi and Bayonetta? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
But-
Minecraft Steve versus Mario.
Minecraft Steve would beat the shit out of him. For free.
Okay.
Nintendo loves to kill
My-
Mario and Luigi in their new reveals
Well,
for characters.
Mario
Really?
is actually kind of fucking insane, especially with his power ups. He like watch a MatPat video, educate yourself.
Watch the Death Battle Mario videos. Like,
Wait. Who does he fight in Death Battle?
I think they have him fight Sonic.
really.
But Mario and
Yeah.
Luigi actually
Sonic
have.
would beat his ass.
I won't say if he did or not, but Mario is
Sonic has
very
a super form.
surprisingly powerful.
Mario does. Oh, he does have the star.
but like their pure strength, like Mario and Luigi can just fucking punch into the sky and just
Yeah.
like skyrocket somebody to
They
death.
also did fucking Vegeta versus Shadow the Hedgehog.
they did.
Yeah.
Did Shadow win?
I'm
Wait,
not gonna
that's
tell
such
you.
a
Okay.
funny matchup.
It
too.
is.
Because they're both edgy as fuck.
They are both edgy, and also like Sonic and Shadow is Goku and Vegeta,
Yes.
like 100%. So
Remember to turn down your TV whenever he says "damn" on the TV.
Damn.
I gotta turn that down.
I thought that was so cool as a kid playing
Yeah.
Shadow
Everybody
the Hedgehog
did.
when he said
Yeah.
It
"damn."
was so tilt.
But like just final whatever on the Hulk versus Broly thing. Like as a kid, when I got my YouTube account, that is always one of the things I'd always search up is Hulk versus Broly, and then I'd go into the comment sections of the video and just argue with people. There was one time, and I'll never forget when I did this. It's incredibly like cringe, but I was so passionate about it at the time that like I was arguing with this rando on the internet who thought that Broly would just kill Hulk in like one punch. I'm like, that's not true. Hulk is way more durable than that. So I was just typing and typing and typing, and it got so heated that I just started writing a Hulk versus Broly fan fiction, how their fight and I'm in my head would go, and
That's
Hulk is incredibly durable and incredibly strong. Like at his absolute peak, he can just start fucking destroying planets
Nah.
without any care at all. Broly is very similar. He can just fucking destroy planets. So in my little fan fiction that I wrote, it got to a point where they just jumped out into space and just started throwing planets at each other.
Oh my god!
And when you watch the death battle,
Something like that does
something
happen.
very similar to
Really?
that happens because
Okay.
they acknowledge that these characters are both incredibly fucking strong.
Yeah.
And so they just start destroying planets left and right in their battle. And I felt very vindicated
That's
to
good.
at least be right or acknowledged on that aspect of how strong their upper limits really are.
Really?
Even if I disagree with the conclusion they came to.
Realistically, no kryptonite involved. How long would it take for Hulk to take out Superman?
I don't know if Hulk could take out Superman.
No, it'd be a
The only
standstill.
person that ever killed Superman in the comics was Doomsday, but all he actually did was just beat Superman into a coma.
Yeah.
And Doomsday has way more offensive options than Hulk does because Doomsday has all the fucking spikes and adaptability that comes with him.
Yeah, dude, when people were buying the Death of Superman comic like years ago, it was hyped up all around the media, and people bought so many fucking copies to the point of where it's like worth nothing now. It's worth like $10 or
Wow.
$20 on eBay. I think it's just because like they made too much of them to the point of where it was like worthless, kind of like how when the Phantom Menace was coming out, they made so many fucking Star Wars toys and people collected them because they're like, oh, this is going to be worth so much one day. And you can
Yeah,
just
that's
you can
the-
just go to your local comic shop and get them for like 10 or $5.
That's
Yeah.
just like
Walmart and get
speculator
Star Wars
market.
merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not too well versed on this specifically, but like that was a problem with the industry, the comics industry in like the 90s, is that number one issues sell a lot and then
Yeah.
they become valuable over time. So left and right, comic book publishers just started making number one,
Yeah.
and they kept getting bought up. And then after a certain point, the like bubble popped because so many number ones have been made and they've made so many copies that everyone buys that they just lose all value.
That fucking explains the X-Men's discography. Holy shit.
X-Men
They have
is a
too
mess.
many fucking comics.
Did you guys ever read The Lightning Thief as kids?
know.
Percy
Right.
Jackson.
Yeah,
Percy Jackson,
I read
yeah,
the fuck
he's
out
the
of
son
that.
of like Poseidon or whatever.
I-
I frothed so hard on those books as a kid, and everyone always thought like Harry Potter was the shit. Oh, Harry Potter's so much cooler, and I was 900% sure that Percy Jackson's demigod ass would curb
Oh, he
stomp
would. He
that
would.
little
He would.
tortoise
Oh, he
into
would.
sand.
No,
Harry
absolutely.
Potter's also
Is.
a demigod.
Yeah, he can make a little hurricane.
Yeah.
In the last book, he does
You know,
that. Just saying.
a gun can kill anybody in Harry Potter.
What do you
Harry Potter's weak as
What
fuck.
if he Expelliarmuses out of their arms? Just saying.
What do you think of the movie?
They would lose a war.
All of the Percy Jackson movies were
It's a
trash.
war.
What was that?
All of the Percy Jackson movies weren't the books.
Oh no, they were
No.
awful. The
I
movies
had
are horrible.
I remember-
romanticized the books beyond belief that no matter what came out, even if it was like a J.J. Abrams golden masterpiece, I
Yeah.
still would have thought it was shit because it didn't live up to my expectations.
I-
as a
Oh,
child.
the
I
movies were
remember-
actually
I remember.
bad, though.
I remember the
It
movie.
was
That's what he
garbage.
was saying. That's
Yeah.
what he
I
was saying.
remember-
It was still
Trash.
garbage.
I remember enjoying the first movie when I was a kid, but like this is something I've kind of noticed recently is that like so much media that you watch as a kid usually ends up just not holding up to when you watch as an adult. Like even if it was like considered good for its time, I come back to like a lot of media and it's just like not that good anymore.
Tell that to Space Chimps 2.
Avatar: The Last
You
Airbender
just,
I
like-
rewatched and I thoroughly enjoyed.
Really?
True, true.
I
What do
think
you mean,
things
really?
Do hold up to the test of
I
time.
thought you were saying.
I was joking. Don't watch Space Chimps 2. It's shit's garbage.
Yeah, I remember. Oh, do you guys remember Space Flies or the Flies movie?
No.
No.
Oh man, never mind. That might be a part of something
You made
completely
that up.
different. No, I don't think I did.
You
I
made
don't
that
think
up.
I did. Okay, maybe I did. I don't know.
Is that like the VHS release of
No,
Space
it was.
Chimps?
It was like a 2010 or 2009 like movie where these spies go into space. I remember this one scene where these flies are fighting. And wait, did I?
What the fuck?
Have I been saying flies or spies? I'm
You
sorry.
said both.
You've been saying
said both.
flies.
I'm
You said
sorry.
both.
I meant to say flies. These flies are.
Okay,
A
okay.
macro
flies-
shot of two flies fighting.
Yeah, these flies were fucking fighting, and like
Wait, so to be clear, they are flies.
yeah, it was
Okay.
like flies going to space or
Are
something.
they
Okay.
also spies?
Is this an
They could've
animated
been.
movie?
Yes, this was an animated.
Like a
So
movie.
this
cartoon.
isn't live action.
This was like 3D animation cartoon. Yeah,
Okay.
Do they look like actual flies or are they stylized?
I think they were stylized.
Okay, I've never heard of this before.
Yeah,
I
I-
can't believe this is something that actually happened.
There's
It's called Space
I remember
Flies. We have
'cause
to watch
I remember
this.
there was this one scene. I don't know the exact title, but it probably was that. There was this one scene where like these two flies are fighting this other fly, and then they're holding out this this big sucker, this like rainbow sucker that you always see.
Like a lollipop
And-
sucker?
Yeah, lollipop
Okay.
sucker, and then like a fly runs into it and like gets flown back. I don't know why I always remember that. It was weird.
Wait, but that was in space,
No, yeah, it was because they were like floating around like it was in zero gravity, like they were in a spaceship or
and
something.
there was a lollipop in space.
yeah,
Oh,
they somehow got a lollipop in space.
like they did it on purpose, or it just happened to be
I
there?
don't remember. I just remember
Feels
that
like
scene.
space has nothing to do with this. Like you can do this on Earth. You don't have to be.
I
in
remember-
space.
Israel, was this movie called Fly Me to the Moon
Yes.
from 2008?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
this looks like trash.
Yeah, I remember I went to
The
like.
ultimate 3D adventure.
Yes, it was in 3D
Fly
too.
Me to the Moon.
Can we watch
Yes,
it?
I told you guys.
First ever
looked it up.
animated movie created for 3D.
Yep, I fucking told y'all.
I can't believe that's a real thing.
Yeah,
created for 3D.
yeah.
This
I-
looks better than Space Chimps 2.
It probably was maybe.
I'm going to Google Space Chimps 2 if that's okay.
Okay.
That's okay.
Yeah, no, but just a lot of media that I've looked up, like looked back at it. It's just not been good. Like I remember I was watching a little bit. We on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day technically. We were like watching old '90s clips from shitty superhero cartoons like Spider-Man, and I remember really enjoying that show. But I don't think it's as good as it used to be. I think it's probably like a fun watch, but it wasn't like, oh, this is like awesome like storytelling. And then you look back at it now, and it's just like fucking Spider-Man is chasing after Shocker because Shocker pushed over Aunt May or some shit. And then-
chase you
yeah.
to the edge of the earth.
Do you guys feel that? Like, has any media just not held up at
I
all?
forgot to pass the phone. I was just laughing at Space Chimps 2.
What the fuck?
Are you in that movie, Caleb?
What, Space Chimps 2?
Yeah.
I wish I was in that movie.
Wait, so what would you say, Israel?
I was saying, does any media like that you watch as a kid like not hold up anymore, like at all? Like, you're
Oh,
like-
Code Lyoko.
What's that?
Oh, that's
Oh
depressing to
man,
hear.
Code Lyoko.
Code Lyoko. Yeah.
I would run home.
Me
the
too.
bell would click
Me
and I
too.
would sprint home so I could make it in time for the first showing of Code Lyoko.
I did the same thing.
We probably did it together on the same
We probably
street.
did it.
I don't
yeah.
know what that is.
Code Lyoko was a French animation cartoon show about these kids in either high school or middle school, and they would during recess just leave school and then go to their secret underground base where they had a supercomputer, and they would like enter the digital world.
Oh, was that 3D animation where they got the big ass heads?
Yeah.
Oh,
Huge
that was
foreheads.
that was
So-
that was nightmare fuel for me.
Yeah.
man.
So the show in the real world is 2D animation, but once they enter the computer, it's 3D animation, which is pretty cool.
It is kind of cool.
And they fight digital monsters and jump around and do stuff. And then there's a bad guy, and they can't turn off the bad guy, or else they turn off their digital girlfriend. And the plot is really confusing. But I
The
remember,
whole thing revolves around one waifu.
yeah, it does. It really does.
Ahead of its time.
I think,
Yeah.
I think
Wait,
they
they
brought.
both have the same digital girlfriend?
There's this girl in the digital world who, like, they're trying to get out, and there's a bad guy who does not. It's so confusing. Honestly.
I remember they didn't they bring back that show 3 different times at some point?
I think they did.
Yeah.
I think they had a Netflix reboot or
Yeah.
something. Anyways, it's really confusing, and I watched it again in high school, and all of the jokes were super cringy, and I don't know, it just did not hold up very well at all.
I think this is gonna offend y'all, but I think a show that doesn't hold up for me is Phineas and Ferb. Really.
Trash.
Trash
Yeah.
take.
Trash
Yeah,
take.
I know, but I don't like any of the characters. I don't like the humor. I think I want everybody to
It's
get caught.
unironically really funny.
It is
I
really
don't- I don't find it funny.
The best part of Phineas and Ferb is the character arcs. Definitely. Yeah, that's my favorite
Which are
part.
none. Oh, Phineas and Ferb don't get caught. Tune in next episode.
I
where they
can see
don't
the
get
point.
caught.
I can see the point that there's not a lot of relatable or likable characters because almost
Yeah.
none of them you can.
Yeah.
They're not meant to be relatable characters. They're
Yeah,
meant
I
to be
don't mean relatable. I
entertaining.
just mean I just don't like it. I don't know how to describe
I
it.
understand. I'm saying that there's
Yeah.
not a whole lot of likable characters.
I remember when Jacob and Rachel, our old roommates, moved in. Y'all were watching, and I'd watch it still, but it's just not a show that I like. I can watch it, and I won't feel tortured like other things. But
Except for
I
Doofus.
don't
There
know.
are certainly other things you would rather watch than Phineas and Ferb.
yeah,
How dare you?
The Phineas and Ferb movie. Did you like the movie?
I didn't watch it. I
The
saw
second
I saw the scene you guys kept rewinding.
That
though.
was so
That was
fun.
so good.
Yeah.
The new movie was incredible.
Yeah, it was really good.
yeah.
Yeah. Doofenshmirtz is God tier. He's a God tier
True.
character.
That's the only likable character I like in this show.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the general guy, Perry's.
I hate that guy.
You don't like
I hate
Major
every
Monogram.
I hate I hate every single time Major Monogram is
I
on the
love
screen.
Major
Vanessa?
Monogram.
Carl. Did you
Vanessa?
like Carl?
Wait, who's Carl?
Carl is the intern.
Yeah.
Oh, Carl's funny.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. he is
Vanessa's
funny.
got a big ass forehead, but she's still hot.
Dude, Vanessa is hot,
Oh,
man.
God, Vanessa.
The voice actress for her
I would
too.
hold her hand.
Yeah, I would too.
I
Ferb
also
would hold
like
her hand.
Candace, but I won't.
Ferb
acknowledge
has
that
been doing
anywhere
a
except
lot more
right
than that.
Dude,
Oh, Total Drama Island holds up pretty well.
I love that.
I love it. Yeah,
that
that show was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great.
I fucking
Ex-
hated TDI.
Except
Really?
for what is that?
Total
you're
Drama
trash.
Total Drama Island. I know the acronym,
you're
but I
just
hated it.
trash.
Why'd you
I
hate it?
liked it, and then by the third season, I didn't like it
No,
anymore.
the first season was great, and then
Yeah.
every other sequel was just dog shit, dog water,
It
literally
just
free.
kept
fucking
going
garbage.
downhill.
Why
Yeah,
don't you
season
like
one
it?
was pretty good.
And then they did a reboot where
Dude,
now
they
they're
did
kids.
the baby Rama. Oh my
Wait, what?
god!
Is that a
Oh my
thing?
god! It's so
That sounds
bad.
horrible.
It doesn't look
Well,
good.
the producers just kept wanting to make money out of it, so they just kept squeezing more
Stop,
seasons.
man.
So fundamentally, what I did not like about Total Drama Island is that it was a game show.
Right.
It was supposed to be a game show. The whole premise was that it's a game show, but to child me, I thought this is so stupid. It's a game show, but it's a cartoon. They already know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
Like, why would I bother watching?
True.
You
Like, it's
thought
not
I
like
had-
they're really gonna
but-
fail these
You
challenges.
thought I had way
But people
too.
voted on who would win.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
the season finales, they
Yeah.
voted, but not like the show
Yeah.
itself. You didn't vote
Right, they
until
would
the
write it.
end
They
of
would
the
write
show.
it. But-
I didn't know that you could vote for the season.
Yeah,
for
they
the finale.
voted.
I did.
People voted for Owen. That's why Owen won.
Ah.
Do you think the animators made multiple endings for everybody just to be
Probably.
safe?
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Probably.
I
I
wonder.
think that somewhere out there, there's a bunch of different voice lines of, "Oh, I
Yeah.
won," but
Yeah.
they didn't really.
Yeah.
Well, they probably had like 4 choices.
No, they always narrowed it down to like 2.
2.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's
Well,
not
yeah,
too depressing.
that's not hard.
The show had like a lot of adult humor too, and it was TV PG.
Yeah.
True.
Like there was like boobs
Oh
shown
my god!
that were
I
censored.
remember looking up the Heather boob uncensored
Oh,
thing.
it was
Oh,
uncensored.
what?
Man.
Because Heather was on a jet ski and they were riding jet skis in the mud.
Yeah, and it falls
then,
off.
And then a branch comes and grabs her bra, and then like her, her boobies are out. And so then I would, because I was a fucking baby kid, and I would Google Heather.
We're back into the
Heather
masturbation
boobs
talk.
I knew it would
uncensored.
come up.
It's inevitable.
No one
man.
talks
Did you-
about masturbation.
Did you
It's
find
no
it?
one
Did you
did.
find it? Did you find
No,
The
it's not real.
masturbation is implied.
But at the time, it wasn't real. But somebody animated her fucking nipples, and now there's a
Oh my
Now it's canon.
now there's a GIF.
It was someone like
Well, are you
who
surprised?
also wanted to see it.
Well, I did at first, but then I
Yeah.
grew up, and then I didn't care.
How many years did it take for you to stop?
I don't
caring?
know. I just
Maybe he still does.
Took you like 5
saw
years.
it again.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the show was fairly adult themed. Like,
Yeah.
I think it mainly got away because they usually played it like at the end of Cartoon Network's block at the end of the night.
Who's your favorite
True.
character?
I don't remember any of the names. I like the guy with the green hair and then the skull.
Duncan.
shirt.
Duncan.
Duncan was
Duncan.
cool.
I really liked the cook.
I liked Owen.
The
Cook,
chef.
chef
I
was
love
awesome.
the
Chef-
cook.
chef is
I love
awesome.
the
the
He's
cooks,
awesome.
the cooks reminded me like of a friendly version of the cook on South Park. I don't remember this cook's name on South Park though. That like the voice actor got really pissed off at and quit.
Wait,
I
what?
thought it was just chef.
The voice actor got pissed off and quit.
Yeah, because racial jokes and he didn't like it or they didn't like
okay.
Chef's
it.
chocolate salty balls.
I think so. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. Yeah, and then they killed off his character after the voice actor quit or something. Dude, South Park, their fucking celebrity cameos are so broken and so stupid. Like George Clooney really wanted to fucking get on and big name actor, and they're like okay, and then they said bark as a dog, and nobody knew.
so funny.
Nobody. It's just George Clooney going bark, 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 and then
Really?
yeah,
So funny.
and it's like
Because George Clooney was begging to be on that
Yeah,
Eric
and-
Andre show too.
yeah.
And then they made him do
And
dumb
they-
shit.
Wait. George Clooney was on the Eric Andre show.
Yeah, twice.
Well,
Really?
Oh, I would
yeah,
love to
but
watch
not actually as
As a guest, like he in the news season, they poured a bunch of chili on him.
No, that wasn't actually George Clooney.
Yeah,
That
he was an
that's a-
impersonator.
Oh,
Yeah.
my bad.
That's how good the
I heard about
impersonator
it.
is. Yeah, no. Maybe he wanted to be on, but they were
Wait,
like,
so George
No,
Clooney
and-
was never on?
No, in
No,
the first
He was
season.
on in the first season.
Yeah, in the
No, he
first season
wasn't.
he was.
No,
yes,
no.
he was.
George Clooney?
Yeah, George
No, he
Clooney.
was never on. There was an impersonator that like went ooh hoo like doing like
Wait, so he was never
no,
ever on?
no, George
It
Clooney.
was just
there's an
impersonators?
impersonator that's
Oh
really
my
fucking
God.
funny. And the
Poor
pers-
guy just wants to have
Yeah,
fun. Let George Clooney do things.
the impersonator as well. It's the same guy who voices Joe in Family Guy or whatever. The guy in the wheelchair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy
Wait,
does
Kronk?
the Yo Mama
Yes.
jokes too.
Yeah,
Wait, is it Kronk?
I think so. Yeah, the guy who plays
Yo
Kronk.
Mama, so
Yeah.
fat.
Yo,
that guy.
mama.
I remember those YouTube videos.
Yeah, they did the final joke back in like what was it, February?
That
I don't
show
know.
went on for so long.
Yeah, but they did the final Yo Mama joke. I can't believe you didn't hear about it.
No, I did hear about it. I remember hearing about the final Yo Mama joke, and I was like, that channel is still around and going
Wait,
and
so
has an audience.
What is it called?
And then everybody in the comments is
Yo
like,
Mama?
no, don't end it. Like you were fucking watching it.
The channel is called like Yo Mama or something, and it's just Yo Mama jokes
Is
that
it-
are
dude, it was
animated.
giant. It
It's
was big.
Kronk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kronk does it.
Yeah.
yeah, I think so.
That sounds
And
awesome.
he also is a George Clooney impersonator.
Apparently,
What a
And,
resume.
People could impersonate him.
Imagine being handsome enough to be George Clooney.
Yeah, but imagine being the other guy, Yo Mama guy.
True.
Never mind. Yeah. Speaking of death battle, Junaid.
Let's fight.
Who? Yeah.
I know he's just gonna say One Piece characters
I
at this
am.
point.
I'm gonna say One Piece characters. Who do you think would win?
Naruto.
Yes, I'm going to say Naruto. Who do you think? Who do you think would win? Rock Lee from Naruto or Sanji from One Piece?
That was the death battle.
man.
Death Battle did this, and so I saw
Oh.
it, and I want to know who you think would win.
I think Rock Lee would win.
Really?
Yes, because it takes too many episodes for Sanji to get to a level where he's
That
even
is
remotely.
True. All right.
Like,
Sanji at where he is right now,
Yeah.
and Rock Lee where he
It's
is
the
right
characters at their peak.
What about Drunk Rock Lee?
now.
The Drunken Fist.
In Death Battle, they do that.
They did the Drunken Fist?
Yeah, they did the
He
Drunken
does. He
Fist.
does get drunk during the fight.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All right. So who do you think? End of Naruto, Rock Lee, and current One Piece Sanji.
Oh, that's either a draw or Sanji wins. I think.
Okay.
At this point, yeah.
So it was. So do you want to tell you who won? Okay. So according to Death Battle, Sanji kills Rock Lee, but Sanji is, I think, mortally wounded. Like I think he lost a leg or something,
Yeah.
and he finished a fight with one leg, and he fucking destroyed Rock Lee. I thought it was pretty. I don't know. I can agree with that.
I'm sure that Rock Lee at some point gets to a level like he can do what Guy does.
Yeah.
In Shippuden.
Mhm.
And if he does that, there's no way Sanji wins. Not at that level.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, I agree. You can't dodge. Yeah,
They also did Might Guy versus All Might.
I've never seen.
Wow,
My
what the
Hero-
fuck? That's
My
in-
Hero.
That All Might would destroy that. What the fuck?
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, dude.
So you know the answer.
All Might's insane.
Yeah, I've
According
seen-
to
you
Death
seen
Battle.
I've seen
Shippuden?
every one of their episodes.
Have you seen
I'm watching Shippuden right now,
Oh, there's a point where
where Guy just becomes insane.
Oh.
almost a god.
He
Wow, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
he unleashes his like he oh man.
There's 6 gates, and he
8
gets
gates.
to the
No,
6.
there's 8.
Oh,
He
there's
gets-
8 gates.
he
He
gets
gets
to
to
the
I
the
knew
8
that was
gate.
gonna happen eventually, so this is not a spoiler for me.
Yeah.
and it is unbelievable
Like,
in the show.
He
what
has
happens.
8, but he's the only one to even go beyond 8.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He
Doesn't that hurt yourself though when you open the gates?
Yes,
Yes.
It's supposed to kill you.
Okay.
You're never supposed to open the 8th gate unless you're like your
Going
life
to die.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Wait,
Remember the episode where Choji was supposed to die because he
Yeah,
ate too much
and then he
food pills?
didn't.
But
Yeah.
then why? And then he just came back.
I don't remember what happened.
'Cause
He
at
went to
the-
the hospital and he was fine.
At the end of the episode,
That's a GTA respawn. He just goes out of the hospital and he's just fine.
at the end of the episode, he had a death montage, and then there was like this shot of like a butterfly like flying up.
I know what
from
you're talking about.
Choji's thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, rip Choji. And a couple episodes later, he just shows up. And I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
I think you might have slept through an episode, man.
No, man.
No.
Like, it just-
He's right.
Oh,
He's right.
okay.
What arc?
What?
He was
What?
fighting.
What arc?
I think it was.
Is
Oh,
it- is
whenever,
that-
it's whenever they're finding the Sound Village motherfuckers.
It was at the end of Naruto.
Oh.
Not Shippuden, but the base
Right.
anime.
Oh, okay.
They're trying
whenever
to
they were kids.
they're
Yeah.
trying to retrieve Sasuke, and then they
They're
run
finding
into,
the sound. Yeah.
Yeah.
run
This-
into the other guys through the curse marks.
Anyways, I quite like Death Battle. I've always liked that
We
kind of
knew that.
thing. Even ever since like Deadliest Warrior, which was a show on like Spike TV or something.
We said that already too. What's
Yeah.
next?
And so
remember-
I've always wanted to do something like that myself with my own content.
I remember-
And
You do that. What's next?
like including the analysis part,
I think
Oh,
that's
okay,
cool.
cool.
and that's something I
I
want
think
to
that's
build
cool.
towards.
Yeah, I think you should make that a
Um,
separate video though. Like you should make the video and then make a separate one of like behind the scenes, why I did this, why I did this, whatever.
Yeah.
That's content splitting, and that's
I'm-
broken.
I think that is going to be somewhat of the avenue I move into. With all that said, we've done a lot of talking about Death Battle,
True.
and not a lot of talking to our guest, Tristan.
True.
Sorry, Tristan.
You have a lot of stories to tell,
Yeah.
Tristan.
Yeah, and if I start telling too many stories, I just don't shut up. So
No,
I
do
kinda,
it, man.
I think
You
I
have
think
the floor.
I think
Okay.
this is the Tristan time.
Yeah.
So whilst you guys were camping and stuff, I was getting ready to move from Longmont, Colorado, which is super fucking cold and expensive, to Austin, Texas, which is warm, cheap, and all my best friends live here. So it's pretty cool.
True.
I love Austin.
On January
Me too.
1st, I woke up at 5 a.m. and I drove all the way here in one go. And I had to pee like 5 times and get gas 3 times. And that was the whole drive. People always ask me, how was it? It's fine. It's a drive.
Yeah.
That's it. That's what I've been up to.
How many hours is it?
When I punched it in the morning, it told me like 14:38, but I think it took more like 16 with pee breaks.
Yeah.
17:38.
It was fun though. I
Yeah.
did like driving.
You have
Yeah.
more stories than just driving stories.
I do have more stories than just driving stories, though.
You're
I
a
don't
dive
know
instructor.
about y'all, but I have unfortunately frequently found myself in situations where I was like, wow, if I don't handle this just right, I'm probably going to fucking die. So most of the time that happens to me underwater. I really like hunting lionfish. It's like this really beautiful fish, and it's invasive. It's not supposed to be there. And so you go down with a spear and you just stab its ass.
That looks cool.
How does it look?
It looks awesome.
It's
It
like
does look awesome.
if you ran down a chicken in the road and you saw like the feathers sticking up,
Yeah.
that around its whole body. It's
Is
kind of what it
it
looks like.
is it like white and black spikes
yeah,
kind of?
it's more like red and
Yeah.
white, but when you're underwater, it looks black because
Right.
red goes away really fast.
No, I know what you're talking about.
There's a
Okay.
lot of weight when you have objects underwater. Is it really hard to stab it? Like
It's you actually use something called a Hawaiian sling spear. So if
Okay.
you were to just
Oh,
try and
I know what you're talking
stab it
about.
with your hands, it would move out of the way because it would feel the water, and it's something called the ampullae of Lorenzini. So what you do is it's like a rubber band attached to the end of a sharp stick, and you grab the sharp end and you have the rubber band in your hand and you just let go and it shoots it forward.
God
And then
damn.
you just stuff it in like a bucket and you swim away. The unfortunate thing is that when you stab a fish underwater, there's a lot of blood. And you know what likes blood?
Sharks.
Yeah, sharks. So I've had a couple of encounters with sharks where I have this clear bucket full of beautiful, delicious smelling fish. And they just keep coming up to me and I keep having to push them away from me. Like it's this 7-foot shark. And I'm like, please don't eat me. Please go
Jeez.
away. Let me take this back home. I once jumped in the water and I was like really nervous and I wanted to like go for a little fun dive and I didn't check my air and I went by myself. And if you're maybe looking to hire Tristan Beasley, don't listen to any more of this podcast. I jumped in the water without checking my air, and normally 3,000 PSI is a full tank. It'll last you like 30 minutes at 100 feet. I jumped in with something like 400 PSI, and like 5 minutes into my dive, I was at 27 feet. Very distinctly remember that, and I sucked the last breath out of my tank.
Ooh.
And when you go underwater, your whole body is compressed. The air inside of your lungs is twice as dense as it normally is above water, but it takes up half the volume. So it still takes up the same amount of space in your lungs. But if you were to hold your breath at 30 feet underwater and come to the surface, your lungs would fucking explode. So you have to exhale. And this is, your last breath. You need to be careful. You don't want to run out of air before you get to the surface, but you don't want to hold it in too tight or you will fucking die. And that was kind of scary. And when I got to the surface, I was like, oh, good, I did it. It wasn't so bad. I trained for this. No wonder I was able to do it. But also, I could have fucking died. God damn it.
Would you do it again? Was it
Ay,
awesome?
ay, ay.
Was it broken?
100%. I would scuba dive again in a heartbeat.
No, would you do that again?
Would I do the
breath
controlled emergency swimming ascent, a CISA?
Yeah.
I would never do it unless it was in an instructing environment.
Wait,
Like,
so you have to exhale underwater and then come up? Is that
you are
what you do?
exhaling as you ascend
Okay.
to get the excess air out of your lungs.
And then
You have
come,
to time it because
It's
That's
not
your
really a
last breath.
timing thing. You just look up and you go, and you keep your airway open. Because as long as it's open,
Do you
it's
make-
not going to explode.
Ah.
But
And you
if
make
like,
that- you make-
stop, it's just expanding, and then you probably could fucking die.
And you make that sound. You go.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't necessarily have to make the sound, but
Yeah.
you instruct as an instructor. I tell my students you need to make the sound because I can hear that.
Mhm.
I can hear them making the sound, but I may not necessarily be able to see their bubbles coming out
Yeah.
of the red.
Right.
yeah.
For-
Like I've heard that the oxygen, like it's just air in the
In the tanks?
Tanks.
So
yeah.
there are multiple different types of gases you can use, but air is the first one you will
Right,
use.
and there's-
21% oxygen.
There's a lot of nitrogen in there.
79%.
Right. And so like when you go up, the compressed nitrogen will just it will like expand.
Yes.
And that's
so-
what's called Ben's disease, right?
Yes, so that is called decompression illness
Yeah.
or decompression sickness. There's two different stages of it. So those little bubbles that form in your blood, if you come up too rapidly and you don't give them the time to get out of there, the first stage is DCI1. You have like some skin rash, maybe you have a little bit of joint pain. You're like, hey, I don't feel so good. DCS2, you lose consciousness. You possibly lose like permanently the ability to use your limbs. And you have to go into something called a recompression chamber where they bring you back down to the depth you were at and give your body the time to let those bubbles come back out.
Right.
Wow.
And that's super expensive. So as a dive instructor, I constantly have to have like Dan Insurance, because when I lived in Hawaii, the nearest recompression chamber was in California.
Damn.
Holy
Wow.
shit.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't there be one in Hawaii? You'd think with all
There
the
is
people...
one. It's the naval base.
But
Oh.
you can't
But
use
you
it.
can't use that as a civilian. They have to low altitude fly your ass, because if you go up too high, those bubbles that are in your blood because your decompression sickness will get even bigger and it'll get even worse. So they have to fly you at a low altitude, which costs extra money to a recompression chamber. You have a super bougie 2-week stay where they bring you meals in a small metal room.
Sounds like an expensive mistake.
Yeah, that's why you get insurance.
Well,
or you just die
when
it
you
happens.
do when you learn how to dive, they do the thing you did, right? Like you have to like basically go up without oxygen. That's like part of the
Yes, it's
exam, right?
You have air,
Yeah.
but you pretend that this last breath is my last breath.
Right.
And it's called a controlled emergency swimming ascent. You practice it first horizontally.
Yes.
You swim 30 feet in one breath, adjusting your buoyancy with your buoyancy compensator, and then you do it going vertically.
Have you had any like students like kind of be afraid of that part and not be able to jump over that hurdle?
Yes, actually. My first ever student I ever certified was my girlfriend at the time. And she
Ooh.
cried so much during the CISA. So much. Because I told her, this is a very important skill that you need to learn and you need to do it right. We need to do it right horizontally first. And we didn't do the vertical
Yeah.
until you can do horizontal. And I think it took her like 10 tries.
Yeah.
Of like, you have to add air to your BC to compensate for the air that's leaving your lungs so that you stay neutrally buoyant. She just couldn't get it. She'd keep nosediving down into the sand. And I'm like, look, when you're doing this, otherwise, if you're not controlling your BC when you go up and you're not letting that air out, you're going to rise faster than you want and your lungs are going to explode. I know it sounds scary. I'm not making it sound easy. But you really need to get past this.
How long does it take to train for all of that kind of diving?
You can
shit?
become an open water diver in 2 days.
Really?
3 days, but also 2 days.
Okay.
I remember doing my course when I was like 12, 13.
Yeah.
And not being able to get through that the first time. And like we went to the seabed, right? And we had to go up to do the vertical part. And it was so terrifying because I was not letting air out properly. So I basically just kind of headbutted the instructor.
Yeah.
Because I was just panicking underwater and just like straight went up.
Ooh.
I was lucky that nothing happened
Yeah,
that
if I
day.
was your
Man.
instructor,
Yeah.
I would have been like, oh, please don't tell me you just killed this kid. Please don't tell me I just killed this kid.
Wait, so would that be your fault?
I have liability insurance.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been strange because like he was my diving instructor and also my physics teacher. In high
Really?
school. Yeah.
Interesting.
So
That is awesome.
So living around the sea life, I have shaved my nuts underwater.
Really?
I just wanted to bring that up because I listened to the podcast on the way here. I listened to 10 hours of the Star Bandits podcast. And you guys
How was
talk
that?
about it was honestly lovely. It was like getting a preview of what it was going to be like to live here.
Except we talk about
Yeah.
Yeah.
nuts and cum a whole lot less
Chaz.
in
But would you drink a
person.
glass of water with that nuts or cum? I understand the jokes. I'm well versed for my guest appearance, I have to say. But
You've
Robbie,
done your research.
Robbie does not shave his nuts, and I have been in a
don't and
situation
won't.
where I knew I was going to be getting intimate, and I didn't want to shave my nuts in the crew shower where
Yeah,
everybody
Robbie
else
didn't.
had to see my pubic hair. And I didn't want to go to my mom's house and then have to shave my nuts in my mom's shower. So I thought, I'm going to put on my dive gear and I'm just going to take my pants off underwater and shave my dick. And it was honestly the best time I've ever had shaving my pubes.
Did you do it with scissors?
No, I did it with a razor.
Oh.
Yeah, I just used a little disposable razor and I threw it away when I was done.
Oh, I always buzz my pubic hair.
No, dude,
did-
I use a razor, get right down to the hair, like no more hair.
You know,
It's, like,
this is an untapped
done that-
market.
I've done that
you
like
could,
one
You
time.
could get a waterproof razor, like
a
buzzer.
waterproof electric razor.
Yeah. And,
Why would
and
I use
bring
an
it-
electric razor on my nuts? I don't want to cut my nuts open.
Because you don't want to be
There's
down there for too long.
They
It
did
didn't
that.
take
They
that
did that
long.
already.
What did they really?
Yeah,
If you
the
don't like
Manscaped
weights-
3.0 is like waterproof. And
We are not
This
Okay,
video
sponsored.
is
waterproof or
sponsored by
splash-proof?
Manscaped.
We are not
Yeah, there's a
sponsored.
difference.
There's a
This
big
is
difference.
sponsored.
IPv6 is like, it'll get sweat. Like, it'll be okay if it like you rinse it off in the sink. But like, bro, I'm gonna go 30 feet underwater.
That is
I don't wanna,
true.
like,
It says
have to come back up.
waterproof. It says
Dude.
waterproof.
But
Dude, Manscaped and Blue Chew could easily sponsor our podcast.
I emailed Blue Chew and they said,
Fuck you.
yeah, they said fuck you.
That's kind of
What are you gonna do?
I guess email Manscaped then.
Yeah, nothing else. Yeah.
NordVPN.
Still not gonna shave my nuts.
My nuts.
But you need to trim your nuts because we made an agreement.
Do need to trim my nuts.
That's true.
Caleb had a utility nail, which was just disgusting to look at.
But it was awesome.
It's called a
No.
coke nail.
His coke
Yeah,
nail.
literal
It was a
coke
coke
nail.
nail.
But it was awesome.
And so I told him if he fucking cut that, I'd trim my nuts.
And I cut it.
And then he cut it, so I have to trim my nuts.
Did you do it yet?
No,
When are you gonna do it?
soon.
Do you need help?
Do you want to help?
I would help.
While we were camping, you offered to pay me $100 to trim my nuts.
Are you going to keep the hair?
We have
No.
to keep the hair.
Can
This
I
is
glue it to
your
my
first
face?
If
trim.
you
The
want to,
fuck?
if you want to pay for it,
This
you
is
can
his
have
first
it.
trim.
I
Well-
don't care.
Whenever I cut my hair, whenever I had the brown hair and it was long and I cut it to dye it pink, I put that all in a bag and then Will threw it away.
He threw away Rachel's hair too. When she shaved her head, he threw away her hair.
Okay.
I was
I
so
mean, house
pissed.
has got to be clean.
So
I was so pissed.
It was
So
in a
if you-
bag.
It was
you-
it was in a bag in my closet labeled fucking cool hair
How did he find that?
because it was in. He cleans
Yeah,
my
obviously
room all the
wasn't in
time.
his
he
closet.
routinely cleans Caleb's
He
room
loves to
because
clean
no
my
one else
room.
will.
You and
It's
Him?
like one of his favorite things because he does it all the fucking time. I'm like, well,
Him?
you don't have to do that. He goes, I know I have free will.
Free will.
him and Bella like to clean your room too.
Well, Bella
True.
cleans my room because she's my girlfriend and she has to.
It's in the contract.
She has to.
Shit, man, if you want to pay me to keep my hair, what's your price?
Say
can
nothing.
Can I
Say
keep
nothing.
your hair?
Just keep it.
Do you want to keep it?
I would keep
Why do
your
you
hair.
want to
do you wanna
exploit
keep
your
it
friends
for?
like a fucking capitalist?
I want my money.
Shut up.
It's not your money. It's my money.
It would be my money.
Just take it. Just take it.
I'll take your hair.
Not if it goes down the toilet.
Dude, you are a heavy
Faggot.
sleeper.
I'm not a heavy sleeper.
Oh shit!
I'm not a heavy
That's
sleeper
the
or
first.
a faggot.
That's the first slur on the podcast.
No, it's definitely not.
Well, we
Caleb
said-
has
we said-
definitely
we
said
said-
that before.
no,
we
we've
kiss
said-
each other. It's fine.
We don't kiss each other, by the way.
We.
I'm going to need some proof on that.
The proof is that we don't
Kiss each other now to
other.
prove to me that you have never kissed each other before.
Yeah, we'll see the sparks fly, and that's
Yeah.
how we know.
Oh man.
On the camping trip, we had a tent. We had a tent for 8 people basically, and we were all pretty crammed in there. And Caleb laid on top of his girlfriend, and she was like, "Caleb, you're crushing me." And then he was like, "Just go with it. Just go with
Just
it.
let it
go
happen.
with
Just let it happen. Just let it happen."
Just
And then,
let it happen.
and then she said, "Caleb, you're I can't breathe." And then he said, "You're acting crazy."
That's a regular interaction between them, by the way.
It is, yeah.
That was funny.
Caleb, no.
And they say
let it
chivalry
happen.
is dead.
It's really funny. She says Caleb no all the time, like every day. But it's over stupid shit, so like I don't care about it.
Back to the diving thing.
Yeah.
My stepfather, he's not this anymore, but he used to. I don't know what he did, but
Commercial
basically,
hard hat diving.
yeah, he would dive and blow shit up underwater, and like left and right all the time. He would go with one of his buds, and they'd be diving and doing their job, like doing whatever. And if a 2-ton piece of metal starts falling underwater, it's falling pretty slow. You can't hear it. You can see it, but it doesn't look that threatening. And then it takes your thumb off. And this was a regular thing that happened at his job. People were losing toes and fingers left and right because they weren't being cautious and they were working with a bunch of heavy things and they would just lose limbs.
Are you familiar with nitrogen narcosis?
Not necessarily.
So
Not personally.
the stupidest way for me to explain this is called the martini effect. Every 50 feet you go down underwater, it's like you drank a martini, just because the gases that you're breathing have a different effect on your body. When you go down to a depth like that, they have to cut the gases you're breathing with helium so that you don't basically lose consciousness. You're so drunk.
Mm.
But you are not so worried about it because you're fucked up. You're like, you're fucked up for like 8 weeks straight, however long you're down there. And it does get less bad, but you're still a little bit inebriated. It's not pleasant. It can be a little
Interesting.
Paranoiding.
He did talk about that a little bit about how they would mix helium into this air and that he would have to be in a diving bell for like days.
Yes.
And like get used to normal air again, which is pretty interesting. So is the diving bell just a compressed room or is it
So
actually underwater?
The diving bell was originally made to rescue people who had been trapped in submarines. It's like a big bell,
Yeah.
a bell that would go bing.
Yeah.
It's like that, and they pressurize it from the top so that you can dip your feet into the water, but you are in a pressurized unit. So it never... I'm so sorry. I can't deep throat this mic enough. The diving bell, have you ever taken like a bucket and put it in like a pool and there's that air pocket?
Yeah.
It's like that, but they pressurize it with the hose from the top so that as you bring it down, it doesn't make like an eighth of the air in there be air at 8 times the pressure.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So
I
it
haven't
is
had
underwater.
to talk about this in
It
a
is
while.
underwater.
It is underwater, yeah.
Okay, got it.
And
Got
they
it, got
bring
it.
you down.
And it's
And-
like just a room.
Yeah, it's
in there?
it's a bell.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you just stay there.
You
You're
stay in there and you sit. You wait.
Wow.
It's
You can-
honestly
do you sleep in there?
horrifying for me.
That sounds
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah,
There-
you
Is there
sleep, you live
windows?
in there. It takes a long ass time.
have you heard of the Belford diving bell incident?
No,
So some people were like chilling in this diving bell, and there was like 3 of them, and they were like, "Hey Peter, do not open that valve." And he was like, "All right, I won't open the valve." And it was the thing to recompress it while it was underwater. And so he was twiddling his thumbs and got bored, I guess, and
he did
then
it.
opened the valve, and in an eighth of a second, the entire thing recompressed, and they exploded.
that sounds
and
about
died.
right.
They exploded, and there's pictures online if you look up I'm pretty sure it's the Belford diving bell incident, or like the dolphin diving bell incident. It's one of the two, but you see pictures of this person who was the one who opened the valve, and it doesn't even look like
Jesus Christ.
a human being.
Have you ever witnessed an earthquake? Have you guys ever been there for an earthquake?
No.
No.
I have never experienced an earthquake above ground, but I have been 60 feet underwater for one, and it's really scary.
Even underwater, it's
Even
scary.
underwater. So you don't the floor, like the fauna, like I was looking at a turtle when it happened, and the turtle like did a backflip and then fucked off, and then I felt this crushing pressure on my chest, like someone was like giving me CPR like over and over and over, and then like all this sand started to shake off of everything, and it was terrifying. I definitely thought I was gonna die in
Holy
that
moly.
instant.
Do you think there's people who were diving or like underwater when a tsunami happens?
Yes, actually, I know somebody who that happened to.
Really?
Yes.
What?
He was I can't remember where it was, but he was there for a tsunami, and
Holy
he got
shit.
separated from his group.
Was it the one in Japan a couple years ago?
I think it might have been, yeah.
Damn.
And he was in the water for like a day and a half, like just floating, waiting, hoping to God somebody would find him, because so much water moves with a tsunami. Like when it hits the land, it fucks all that up. But when it's in the water, it's just a bunch of water moving. You won't necessarily get pushed onto the shore, but you're gonna move somewhere. And it took them like a day and a half to find homie. And the reason that this story got brought up is because a BCD, a buoyancy compensation device, is like this jacket that you wear when you're scuba diving. They can be really simple and really minimal and not have a whole lot of flotation. This guy had a BCD that was straight up like an armchair. It was the most comfortable thing to wear. It was super floaty, and he had it because he got stranded in a tsunami. And if he ever had that happen to it again, he wanted a really nice BCD.
Wait. So that was the second time?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No. It happened to him.
Yeah.
And then he bought the fancy BCD in case it happened again.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Holy shit.
If he's gonna
Yeah.
get stranded, he's gonna get stranded in style.
Yeah, he's going to
Yeah.
be comfy when the sharks get him.
That's insane.
Oh man.
yeah,
that
out
is
of
insane.
all the natural disasters, a tsunami is like my biggest phobia.
For me,
Really?
it's dolphin
Yeah.
rape, but
Well, no, you know what? You have a good point.
I have a really good point. Dolphins are fucking
fuck
murderers.
dolphins.
don't
I would hate
I
to
would
get raped
never
by a
fuck a
dolphin.
dolphin. Are you kidding me?
I'm glad you wouldn't. I'm glad
I would
you
hate to
wouldn't.
get raped by a dolphin. That'd be
I think-
awful.
don't think anyone would enjoy it.
I got shit on by a dolphin. The
TV
dolphin swam by me and shit on
probably
me.
wanted to come on you.
Jacob would enjoy it.
Yeah, he was there and he enjoyed it.
Yeah.
He was like,
Kinda
that dolphin shit on us. I'm hard.
No, I'm talking about what Tristan's talking about.
Oh, getting raped by a dolphin?
Yeah.
Jacob would enjoy it.
God. Jesus Christ, man.
The TV show The Boys tackles dolphin rape very well.
It does.
As if it's like such a big societal problem.
Hey,
It
man.
tackles dolphin
It affects
rape.
me daily.
Hey man, you never, dude.
Dolphin rape?
There are literal dolphins in training that will like try to get their instructors to get them to,
You know, it's worked once, right?
I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
It's worked
people
several
spread.
times.
People are
Yeah,
dumb.
wildfire.
The fact that there are statistics means there's a lot more that are not being reported.
Yeah.
There was some. Jacob was talking about it, but like some.
Of course, Jacob was talking
Jesus
about it.
Christ.
But they were like training some dolphin to do something, and the dolphin wouldn't listen anymore because it was sexually frustrated. And so then the trainer was like, "All right, everyone, turn away.
I'm gonna jerk off this
No,
dolphin.
man.
I'm gonna jerk off this dolphin."
Ay, ay, ay.
I didn't read this story for myself, so I don't know if it's true, but
It's believable.
it's
if
unfortunately
anything.
believable.
Dolphins are pieces of shit, man.
True.
What's your story behind
so
being
cool.
so afraid
No.
of dolphin rape?
Okay.
But dolphins are so smart and cool, though.
When I
Nope.
worked in Hawaii, I worked on this boat called the oh shit, I probably shouldn't name it. It was a really big boat and it was a catamaran and it was like 100 tons. And normally when you have a dive boat and you want to hook up to a dive site, you just pull up and there's a buoy that's like, I don't know, the size of a 5-gallon bucket, and you just pick up a rope and you put it over a cleat, turn off the engine, you're good. That's all you have to do. When you're driving a 100-ton boat, you have to go down and send somebody underwater in their dive gear to find a rock, and then there's a chain around that rock, and then you look at it and it's okay, and then you send up a purge, and then they send down a rope to you with a big metal shackle on it, and you connect that to the chain, pull it twice, they tighten it up, you get out of the water. But you're in the water by yourself. So here I am in the water by myself at a site called Never Never Land. It's super easy to find the chain, so I roll into the water and I see it and I'm going down and it's at like, I don't know, 60, 70 feet. I'm just going straight down. And I get to it and I look at it and it looks good. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. And I set up my purge and I'm just looking around. And to my right, I see a 7, 8, 9, 76 foot, doesn't fucking matter to me, male dolphin. Most of the time.
Oh, man.
How did I know it was male, you ask? Well, most of the time, dolphins like to swim horizontally with their head pointed where they're going to go. A very aggressive position for a dolphin is to stand up like a human would with
Vertically?
vertically, with their tail down and their bill up and their erection pointed straight at me.
Wait, you can see it?
I could see
Ooh.
his
Ooh.
not too big.
Okay.
It wasn't too big. It was kind of corkscrewed, kind of weird.
Small dick energy.
Dolphin penis, yeah. Erect dolphin penis. And here I am looking like an absolute snack. 18 years old. Speedo booty shorts only in my BCD. And all of these thoughts go through my head in like the fraction of a second it takes me to look at this dolphin's erection. And I'm like, oh, fuck, oh, God, I'm going to get raped by a dolphin. This is it. It's happening right now. I'm about to fucking die. And so I'm setting up my purge and I'm just looking at it and I'm watching these bubbles go up. And I know that right now, with my bare hands, I don't think I can fight off this dolphin if he
Oh, it
really
would
wants
destroy
me.
you.
He would fucking wreck me. I'm in his turf. So I'm waiting for this rope and shackle to come down. And if it gets there, I can probably brash his brains in it, right? Like, I can probably beat this dolphin to death with this metal shackle.
Put it in
on
his
the end of the
blowhole.
rope. Yes.
You could.
And then fuck
And
it when
suffocate
I was
him.
done.
You could do that too.
But when the shackle came down, I turned with it in my hand because I didn't want to look at him until I had it, and he was fucking gone.
He was behind you.
I don't know where he ever went, but I'm still one day super horrified that I'm going to get raped by a dolphin.
It's gonna be the same dolphin.
It's
He's
gonna
been
be the same
watching
guy.
it this
Same
whole
dolphin.
time.
Anyways, that's why I don't go to Hawaii.
Yeah, he's gonna appear at our door in a trench coat and a briefcase.
If you're on the Kona Coast of Hawaii, look out for rapey dolphins.
There needs to be like a show about like a dolphin with like a sex addiction, and he's like just trying to fight
No, there
it
doesn't.
throughout the section.
You know, I actually
No,
wrote a
man.
book about a dolphin with a sex
Yeah.
addiction.
I'm interested.
Yeah. Wouldn't you like to know?
I'm sure I would.
What's it called again? Your book?
It's called Flipper.
Flipper.
Yeah.
Aw.
That's incredible.
Harley, no.
That was a really good joke, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb.
Thanks.
Flipper, I hardly know her.
Oh man.
It's so surreal being on the podcast.
It's awesome having you here.
Whenever I
is.
was listening to it on the way here, I didn't imagine that it was you guys sitting around a plastic table in a garage. And I feel like
Okay.
you really need to set that tone
Okay.
for the viewers at home.
Well, for the past 7 episodes, we were recording in Marcus's room, and then we
Yeah.
eventually moved down here
I have
because
to say that this is much better right
yes,
This is
yes.
awesome.
There's so much more room.
There's a bunch of junk to the right. There's bicycles.
I got-
The old Caleb King show was over there. Now there's a
Yeah.
grow tent with no drugs in it.
Oh, can we talk about
But it is a sauna.
Janae? Do you want to share the story about the grow tent?
Oh, the grow tent is very simple. I bought a dresser and I was waiting for a week for a dresser. And what came in by mail, what is supposedly UPS, should come by UPS, came by USPS. And it was a grow tent, what people use to like grow fucking weed and other vegetables.
But we do not grow.
There's
drugs in it.
currently no drugs in this.
There's none.
If you want to grow weed, you just grow it by the side of the highway to where the sprinklers
Don't
turn on.
tell anybody that
No.
we
This is
don't
in a-
have drugs.
that's
in
something they
this
do in
grow tent.
Honey Boy.
Yeah, that's where I learned it from, and
Yeah.
Will was telling me about it like a couple of months ago before I saw the movie too. It's weird.
So I call them and they tell me, okay, we're gonna send you a replacement, and we're gonna send a guy tomorrow to come pick it up. And it's been 2 days and no one has come pick it up. So
It's ours now.
it is definitely ours now. So yeah, we have a grow tent now, and my fucking replacement dress is coming. So I win both ways.
Yeah.
If somebody ever does show up looking for that grow tent, what are you going to do?
Well, I put it outside, and what do you want me to do? It's not mine. You
Yeah,
know,
someone took it.
Someone
Yeah.
took it.
Someone took it.
for
I thought you guys came by and already took it.
They're gonna come in at night and steal it from our garage.
No, they won't.
How are
Yeah,
they going to? It's
'cause
going to
I'll
have too
kill
many
'em.
drugs in it
Yeah,
to
that's
carry.
true. You'll blow them up, won't
I'll
you?
kill him. I'll
My cat
fucking-
will shit on him.
Yeah, Mace shit on him and I'll just blow him up.
God. I was here for I don't know, maybe a day and a half
12
when I got
hours.
cat shit on me. I
Really?
was just
I've had a clean record of
had,
never getting shit on by a cat my entire
I just
life.
had cat shit on my pant leg. I don't know how it got there. It was right at butthole height too.
I think
he
I'd be
just,
mad.
wiped it.
You had a shadow on your crotch, and,
Right
and,
at butthole
and
height.
I was like, oh, Tristan, did you piss your pants? And then they're like, oh no, but
Wait, it was
I-
at crotch level?
No. I was joking because I saw a shadow and I was like, oh, did you piss your pants? And then he turned. Shadow went away. He was like, no. And then he looked at his pant leg and he was like, but I do got like shit or something on my leg. And we thought it was like mud or something at first.
Yeah, mud or maybe like cat food somehow.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he was like,
Cum,
he was
maybe.
like, wait, I think it's actually shit. And I was like, it's not cat shit, is it? Like, how would that even? You've been here for 12 hours.
I know. I just
this
took a
happened.
shower. I just gotten out of the shower.
First shower of your time living here, and there's cat shit on your pants.
Dude, I did.
Kind of hot.
I did such a great job not having anyone have to deal with shit this whole time. There was someone sleeping on the futon like a week ago.
Scott, our good friend
Scott.
Oh,
Scott.
buddy, this
And
not
that was
someone.
Like 2 days in getting the cat, and she had horrible gut problems, and she fucking had diarrhea like 4 times next to his head, and he was deep asleep. He didn't even care.
This diarrhea is nasty smelling.
It's horrible.
It's
so
one of
bad.
the
Okay.
worst smells I've ever
Okay.
smelled.
If you have smelled Scott Carr, you will understand why that
Okay,
did not
Scott Carr
punch
doesn't
him at
smell
all.
that bad. You
Yeah,
guys
it
are
does.
over exaggerating.
Oh my God.
Desensitized
You
to
guys are
Scott
over
Carr
exaggerating
smell.
Scott Carr. It doesn't smell that bad.
Here's some context. My first time ever being in Scott's car, it's a white Kia Soul. I get in the door. It's a hot summer day, and I smell this smell that the only way I can describe it is if you took the essence of spice and then amplified it by a billion. And I was like, Scott, what is that smell? And he was like, oh, I forgot about a cheese pizza. It's been sitting under my seat for like months.
remember one time-
rotting cheese pizza.
I remember one time
and I was like, Scott, okay, you know it's a problem. You know it smells. Why don't you get it out? And he's like, I'll do it later. His car keeps smelling like that. It still smells like rotting fucking cheese pizza. But the thing is it doesn't smell like rotting cheese or rotting bread or anything like that. It smells like something I've never smelled before.
Smells like Scott Card.
It smells exactly like
So-
Scott Car. That is the. Oh, I've never smelled that
I
smell
remember.
before.
I remember. I was
There's a
looking.
couple combos in Scott's car because he works at Pizza Hut
Did
Domino's now.
or Domino's now.
And he smokes hella weed.
Let's
He smokes
dox him.
hella weed, right? So he smokes
But
in his car.
he didn't then.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but he still worked at Pizza Hut then.
True.
And so you have the base smell of a Pizza Hut car, which is essentially just like
Warm
kind
cheese.
of dough and
Cheese.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dough, cheese, and sauce.
But it doesn't smell good. It smells weird.
Yeah.
So then you have this weird smell. And then Scott loves to leave food in his car and then let it get under his seat and then pick up all the food that he left like fucking 4 months later.
the only time I've
And
seen
then
him.
the food that goes under the seat stays there forever.
Yes.
He
And-
leaves burgers. He leaves fucking Pizza Hut wings. He leaves pizza boxes. He leaves chicken nuggets. Fucking anything. Anything he'll leave in his car, and it just stays there forever. And it contributes to the smell. But I don't think it smells terrible. Honestly,
you
I
like
don't
it?
think it smells bad. I get in his car and I'm fine.
I remember I was going into
I
his
like driving
car
with him.
and just searching around, like, because I think I like dropped my wallet in there somewhere, and I like look under his seat and there's this whole box like of canes. And I'm like, no.
Scott must be so
And I
rich
put
if
it,
he
and
can afford to
I
leave all this
opened it
food in
up,
his
and
car.
I just I opened up and took it out, and then I just looked at it and I put it back where it was. Dude, it's his car.
Did it have the chicken fingers and the fries
Yes,
and
yep,
everything?
yep.
It
No.
was
Yep.
still uneaten.
Yes, and I remember too. This one time he cleaned out his car to damn near perfection for Scott's terms, and it was mainly because he was gonna go on a date with this one chick, a 17-year-old girl from work.
No, man.
Lovely.
Don't do this to him.
Okay, she
man.
wasn't 17. That's a joke, but you know,
Scott
That's
is
so awesome.
an anomaly.
no, it's not.
That's so
If
awesome.
you keep rotting cheese pizzas under your car seats, please
Please,
read a
please,
book.
please,
Read a book.
please go into your garage.
How about in front of the mic?
Please.
Don't.
Jesus fucking Christ.
If you do any of that, please go into your garage, close the garage door, turn on the gas of your car,
Okay,
and see
so
what happens.
Caleb, you told me earlier that you want to talk about. It says Jesse gives birth to Walt's kid on Christmas
I
morning.
never said that.
Can you elaborate?
Do we have emails? Do we have emails?
Can you elaborate
never
on that?
said that.
Can you elaborate on that?
I never said it.
Jesse and Walt from
Let me read
Breaking
it again.
Bad?
Let me read it again.
No, from BoJack Horseman.
Oh, this is last week's. Jesse proposing to Walt. Hold on.
That's
Walt and
last week's
Jesse-
again.
Oh,
Retard.
Jesse gives birth
Retard.
to Walt's kid on Christmas morning.
Yeah. Can you go
Can
more
I
in depth
elaborate on
into
this?
that? Yeah.
I think that means
Me-
that kid's Jesus now.
Who's never said this? Elaborate on this.
Do we have
Jesse-
emails?
Who
wanna
would?
see the
Okay,
receipts.
okay. First, I have to theorize. What would they name the kid?
What would
Jesse
and
gives
Walt?
birth to Walt's kid. So Walt is impregnating Jesse.
They would name the kid Blue Sky.
They would name it Walter Jr.
They would name it.
Yeah.
My name's Flynn.
Duh.
Walter Jr. too. They would name him Walter Jr. too because his first son changed his name to Flynn.
And
No,
it's
it's Jesse Jr.
and it's a
actually.
meth
Jesse Jr.
and it's a meth baby too.
Yes.
I love
Meth
meth,
babies
babies.
are the best.
Would you take care of one?
When I
This
take
is
care
just
of, when I
derailed.
This is derailed so
when I
much.
take
And that's
care of
your
a meth
fault,
baby-
Marcus.
It is my fault.
What? Do you want to cosplay this? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
You want to talk about scuba diving
Let's
again?
cosplay.
All right.
Can we do
You want
emails?
to be? You want to be Jesse? Or you want to be Walt?
I'll be Walt.
Death
I'll be
battle, Walt.
Walt.
Versus Jesse.
Can I tell you about my favorite fish?
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Wait. We gotta role play this.
Okay, go.
Jesse, give
No,
me
no.
all
Role play my favorite
Role
fish at the
play
same
Walt
time.
and Jesse learning how to scuba dive from Tristan.
I have
Yo.
to give birth first.
Yo, Tristan.
Tristan, bitch.
Yo,
Hey,
Tristan,
bitch.
bitch. I heard
Hey,
that
how
he
does
was.
this scuba
how do
diving
you,
thing work?
How do
It's
you
like
not?
79% nitrogen. What, bitch?
Jesse,
Shut the fuck up.
why is there water on the floor?
Jesse, put your mask
Walt,
on.
Hey, man, my fucking water broke. I don't know what the fuck's happening
Miss
over
Jesse.
here. I was just cooking some meth and my water broke. My pussy's fucking leaking.
How did your water break?
Because you fucking put your dick in me like 9 months ago, man.
Jesse, you're acting crazy.
I'm not acting crazy. I'm fucking having a kid. I'm having a kid.
Jesse, we need to get you to the
I'm
hospital.
freaking out. I'm having one of those psychotic episodes.
What are we gonna name the kid? Jesse.
Let's name it Jesse Jr. Put a beanie on
Jesse
that motherfucker,
Jr..
bitch. Let's put a beanie on
Put a
it.
beanie on him.
Put a beanie on the kid after it comes out of my Jesse pussy.
Dad, what's going on?
No, man.
Is that Walter Jr.?
Get into the room.
Okay, bye.
We need you to drive us to the
Hey,
hospital.
Flynn, I need you to drive me to the hospital,
Drive us to the
bitch.
hospital.
Walter, what's going on?
Hey, tell that bitch to shut up.
Skyler.
Mr. White, where is my man?
Hey, we blew your head off, motherfucker.
The end.
Tristan, what is your favorite fish?
Okay, so my favorite fish is called the Napoleon wrasse. It's a hermaphroditic fish, so they're all born females, and there's one male. It's called the Napoleon wrasse or the humphead wrasse. They're found in Micronesia. Your male is going to be about 4 to 6 feet long. They're really, really big, and the females are about like 2 to 3, and they're not nearly as beautiful. They'll live for like a couple of years. They'll live for a while, and whenever the male gets old, one of the females will start growing. And growing and growing, and eventually she'll fight his ass to the death and kill him and throw him over the reef, and then she'll grow a hump on his head, and then he'll
Humphead.
be the new man.
That's
it's a
broken.
hermaphroditic fish. I think it's really cool, and I just think that if transsexuality worked a lot more like that, people would be way more open.
That'd be so cool.
That would be cool.
Epic.
I'm not
Did
quite
Jesse-
sure if
did
trans
Jesse
people
have
having to kill other people is a rite of passage.
No.
would
You have
be
to become.
more-
If you want to be a man, you have to go out and find a man that you want to be. You kill him, then you're him. That's how trans works.
Yeah, I feel like that'd make being trans a whole lot harder.
A lot more fun if you
Sounds
ask
awesome.
me.
You would just go kill Hulk, and then you become
Yeah.
the new Hulk.
I couldn't
Actually,
kill
if
Hulk.
you're
Hulk
trans-
is
Oh,
Because
immortal.
he would go to hell and then
Right.
kill Satan, and then you call out of
And then he
the.
goes to India.
He meets his son. Sorry.
Can old age kill Hulk?
No, there's a
No.
comic about that.
It's broken.
There's a
There's a comic about everything.
Wait, so how old is
There's
Bruce
also
Banner?
a comic where he gets kicked in the fucking nuts and he dies.
How old is Bruce
no,
Banner?
he gets knocked
How old is
out.
Bruce Banner?
In the
he
comic,
should die.
Like, would he still be alive like in 100 years?
probably.
Bruce Banner would?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the comic, Bruce Banner is like fucking mega decrepit, and he's like, I just really want
Spell
to die.
decrepit.
I don't feel like it.
Is that the new?
And then he has a heart attack and then transforms into Hulk, and then Bruce Banner is like dead, but Hulk is all that's left.
Is it the
Wow.
nuclear war one where Hulk's just wandering around a nuclear wasteland?
It's called Hulk: The End.
Okay, yeah.
Good book. I like it a lot.
I know that in the Punisher comic, I think they're both connected.
Who has
Word.
Maybe.
more? Who has more rage? Hulk or Wolverine?
Hulk.
Hulk for sure.
Yeah, Wolverine is a worthy contender, but yeah, no. He
Is
Logan is more feral than like angry.
ain't. One time,
Oh, I need to see that movie, Logan.
It's good.
it's great.
seen Logan?
You haven't seen
Logan's
Logan?
really good.
Okay. Okay,
I saw,
okay.
I saw the beginning of a video essay, and they're like, "Oh my god, I'm fucking on this movie." You know what I'm saying? And so then I was just like,
Was
"Fuck,
it
I
an-
gotta
was it
see
an
I
Israel video?
I paused the video essay,
I've only
and
made
I was
one
like,
video.
apparently it was like a breath of fresh air in the superhero film.
It is.
It's
industry
a
or
damn
whatever.
good movie.
Good.
It is a western.
It is a
I-
great western.
I want to see it.
After this podcast, we're gonna go get barbecue, and
then
then
watch Logan?
after we get barbecue, we're
We're
gonna
gonna
watch
play
Logan.
poker, and then we're gonna
Oh,
watch
then
Logan.
I'm so hungry. I need to
Yes.
pee so bad.
That's true.
We're gonna eat barbecue, play poker, into Logan, into sleep combo.
But
That's
yeah,
so hot.
the thing that did Hulk in the death battle
I-
specifically is because of the comic that came out before this current run, where
Mhm.
Hulk was killed, quote unquote, killed by Hawkeye shooting him with an arrow in the head.
there is
That's
a
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
it's trash.
And they're like, well, because of this and because it's canon, that means that Hulk can technically die at a certain,
Okay,
okay. Whatever.
But
and
why
I was
are you
like, this
why are
cancer.
you making excuses for Hulk dying in this case, but not making excuses for whenever he crawls out of hell?
Because that's awesome. And that fits that fits my head canon.
Okay, so
Hulk crawls out
that's
of hell?
canon,
Yeah.
but Hawkeye.
He-
Yeah.
Awesome.
Dude,
Wait,
Godzilla went
how did
to
he go to hell?
Okay, so
his dad.
in the comics,
basically what happens is because
said the
of
Lord's
Marvel
name.
Civil War II, where they quote unquote killed Bruce Banner.
And then totally awesome Hulk gets
Which
introduced.
is a comic?
It's a comic.
Okay.
Civil War
Did
II.
you just say
It's trash.
totally awesome?
There is a
Shut
there's-
up! I hate Totally Awesome Hulk. We're not talking about that.
But it's canon.
travesty.
You're talking about
Anyways.
these comics. This is the references.
Anyways, So then they made a new Hulk series after that called The Immortal Hulk, which
Yeah.
basically explains how Hulk was able to come back from getting shot in the head by Hawkeye's
Drunk
arrow.
driving Hulk.
And what it establishes, and what I really love about Al Ewing, who writes the comic, is he's gone through so many years of just Hulk history and has found a cohesive way to tie much of it together.
Oh, that's cool.
Basically, gamma energy that Hulk uses to transform and whatever is connected to Marvel's Hell. And so when Bruce Banner was hit with the gamma bomb, it not only transformed him into the Hulk, but it also opened a green door, as they call it, to Hell. So Hulk himself is connected to Marvel's Hell. And so anytime he dies, like when Hawkeye shot him with an arrow in the head, he goes to Hell, and then he needs to get through another green door to get back to Earth and come back. Because there have been times in the comics where he's died before, and he's always come back because Hulk is immortal.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was how Al Ewing explained that. And it's only recently that it has become explicitly canon that he is immortal and will not die by those means.
So this is the recent thing.
Yes.
Okay, but before that, you could kill him by shooting him in the head.
Or kicking him
Yeah.
in the nuts.
Fucking
Okay.
stupid. And I've
Yeah.
always hated that because that's not how that works.
That's not your Hulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not my Hulk.
I,
Hashtag.
I remember
Hashtag not my Hulk.
this is probably one of the worst Hulks, the Ultimate Hulk, which is in the Ultimate Marvel Universe, which is, to sum it up really quick.
He's Rape Hulk.
Yeah.
Rape Hulk?
Oh, he's rape.
what does that mean?
no,
He
he's a
transforms
rapist.
into the Hulk and he's like, me horny.
And then he's a cannibal too. He'll eat other
God,
like
I
people.
fucking hate
He
the
eats
Ultimate
people and
Universe.
Yeah.
rapes people?
Yeah,
Yeah.
because like edgy.
And they made this into a comic?
yeah,
Yeah.
in a
And people bought it and
Yep,
was like, this
yep.
is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
I did.
sales.
Fuck no.
Sales speak. So I mean, maybe.
What
But
happened with the
Holy
Marvel?
shit.
What happened
And-
with the Marvel Ultimate Universe is
Galactus destroyed it.
Marvel was like,
Good.
"Ew, we have too many years of continuity. How are we going to get new readers to like our stuff?"
The only good thing-
they created a new comic universe
Yeah.
that was a reboot, whatever, that was more real and edgy.
And the only good, the only
head of
yeah,
Marvel.
no, okay. The only good thing to come out of Ultimate Marvel was Ultimate Spider-Man, and that's it.
Miles Morales came from that.
The head
Yeah,
of
that too.
Marvel is
That
like,
too.
why are we rebooting everything? And it's like, oh, we created too many rapist Hulks.
yeah.
I remember
gotta snip that one in the bud.
This is a trash.
So
Hulk.
Good idea.
cancer.
Good idea.
There was,
Was
a,
it at least
there-
written?
There's
Okay.
No,
There's a
Hulk
really-
just transforms and he's like, "Me horny."
Well, right.
well, it's because like
But
he,
I'm saying like the boys does shit like that. Like the boys does
But
aw-
it's-
awful
it-
gruesome
but-
shit.
but it's
the-
like out of
but
the
it's well
theme.
executed.
Yeah,
The boys.
I'm asking if this is well
the
executed.
No.
boys is
no,
the boys. It's their own unique characters, and even the boys comic is not quite
good.
like the show.
It's not
I
good.
thought that, I
when
thought-
you
oh.
take something like Hulk with years and years and years and years of history, and then you recreate him to be more real, and it's nothing like what Hulk is or
But
has been
isn't it a
established to
separate
be.
universe though?
Yeah, except for the fact that this Hulk is nothing like the other Hulk, and it just isn't
Right, because
as
it's
good.
a separate
Yeah.
universe, dumbass.
Got him.
Yeah, you got me.
But
I'm just okay.
what I've-
I'm sorry, that
what
was too much. But
what I've been trying to say is that this one time, Hulk and Wolverine were fighting on this huge ass snow mountain, and like Ultimate Hulk just like rips Wolverine in half and just throws both sides of his limbs like to one side of the mountain to the other. So then Wolverine just like crawling around the mountain for days on end trying to fight his waist. It's interesting, but it's also trash.
what the question of whether it's good or not?
Not good.
Do you, from this pitch alone, think let's take Hulk and make him a rapist that eats people?
no,
Okay.
I don't think
Yeah,
that's good.
it's not a good
But
concept
but
at all.
I'm saying something like that could be good.
It can be.
Just like as in Homelander is a terrible,
Well,
irredeemable
okay,
piece of
but,
shit, but his character is great
but it's okay.
and
Yeah.
is needed.
Yeah,
But-
because his character is much more nuanced than rapist that eats people.
Right,
it's,
but-
Yeah.
it's an exploration of like that narcissism and
I understand.
I can do whatever I
I
want
understand.
mentality.
And he has reasons behind
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Hulk just horny.
Right.
Yeah, the
The
thing
same way
that,
that Frieza is in like destroy everything and be the ruler because later.
yeah, the
But that's the same.
the appeal and the attraction to Hulk is the psychology of Bruce Banner and the being angry and turning into something and having that very tragic life.
Right.
Not balls to the wall, fucking I'm going to rape and eat people. That's edgy. That's quote unquote real. It's
Well,
just
I
it's
don't-
just
I don't-
trash.
I
It's just
don't-
trash.
I don't know if it
it's just
was-
a trash concept.
Right, I understand. And doing that for the reason of just being edgy and
Yes.
being whatever
Taking a
is
video of
trash.
me on
I was
Tinder?
just asking if it was good, if it was just trying to be, or if it was just trying to be edgy and retarded.
It was just trying to be edgy.
Please.
Because I feel like you can do that and like do something dark and horrid like that and
do
make
not
it good.
do not disagree that you could make just about anything good if with proper writing.
Right.
But that was never the intention, was to make something good. The intention was to bastardize the Marvel universe for profit.
That sucks.
Yeah.
Are the Hulk depictions in the movies, are they at
The
all?
only one that really, like in the MCU specifically, that really worked for me was Mark Ruffalo's Avengers performance, and then some aspects of the Incredible Hulk movie.
What did you like?
What
more
about the 2003 Hulk film where they literally make it like a comic book? Because why not?
I have to rewatch it, but it connected a lot with me as a kid. That's
Yeah.
why I like Hulk so much, is I know specifically because of that movie.
What did you like about Mark Ruffalo's Hulk that you didn't like about Edward Norton's Hulk?
I think the problem with the Incredible Hulk movie from Ed Norton is just kind of that it's boring.
Yeah, there's
It's
a lot of
just kind of slow, and the dialogue, like when they're talking, they're just always like, "Yeah, we're just talking like, yeah."
Edward-
It's not very engaging as a film.
Mm-hmm.
As a like Hulk, the Hulk stuff is excellent. As a kid, when I saw it in theaters, I was like, "Oh, that's so cool! That's awesome!" But just like the movie itself is just not very well put together.
Okay.
yeah.
So wait, so
Edward
like,
Norton-
Hulk itself is fine in both
Yeah.
medium. Okay.
The only real depiction of Hulk in the movies that I've just absolutely loathed is Avengers Endgame Hulk.
Liz is gonna hard disagree.
I don't remember the end game.
That's good.
Hulk can talk.
I thought
They tried- they tried-
Endgame was okay.
Mark
was
Mark
dabbing.
Mark Ruffalo's character.
Dab.
Mark
Hulk out.
Ruffalo's characterization for Hulk in that movie is he's green, and like that's it. Here's Mark Ruffalo playing Mark Ruffalo in real life.
They just stopped trying to write
Yeah.
a good character, because the problem with Hulk in the MCU is that distribution rights of Hulk movies are owned by Universal and not Marvel.
Yeah,
So Marvel can't make a Hulk movie because they'll lose profit or whatever dumb shit.
they can have like Hulk
can have-
in projects though.
Yeah, they can have Hulk in the movies, but they can't make a Hulk movie.
Yeah.
That's trash.
And
It
so
is.
they just have him in the background for all the movies, and
Okay.
his character development always happens off screen or whatever.
okay.
Edward Norton's like a really good actor too, and he with more movies, like he would easily be able to portray like Bruce Banner and the
Yeah.
Hulk well, because
Yeah.
like
Which is why
Fight Club is like a great like blueprint for a Hulk movie. Like
everything
I'm
I've
not
heard
gonna
about
spoil it,
says so, yeah.
but
But that's why they made Hulk be in love with Black Widow in the Avengers movies, because they didn't have access to other Hulk characters and his actual love interest.
Okay. Which is who?
Betty Ross.
Betty Ross. Okay.
Betty White.
I was
Betty
about
White.
to say Betty White
He's
too.
in love with Betty White.
that would-
Horny Betty White. Oh,
Eat her.
So cancer.
me want white pussy.
So cancer, man.
Betty. Betty.
What, Mr.
We're
White?
having a kid together.
Okay.
Okay, Hulk, that sounds good to me.
Magic from Gus.
That's great.
One of my favorite Hulk memes is religious Hulk.
oh man,
Hulk repent for sins.
Lord knows.
Hulk very sorry.
Lord, and then there's
I
this
forgot how we even
one.
said that.
There's this one of Hulk looking up, and it just says, "Lord knows I'd smash." It's really funny.
Hulk strong, but Jesus stronger.
Do we have any
Allah
emails?
forgive
Oh
God.
yeah, I remember that. I remember that combo. That was really funny.
All right. It's time to wrap up.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to this derailed and exciting episode
It's a good
featuring
episode.
Tristan.
I had a good time.
If you want to listen to us further,
This is great.
feel free to check out next week's episode. If you have a character mashup fight that you want to share with us, a business venture, a funny story, a question for us, feel free to send it to us at starbanditspodcast@gmail.com. You can also support us on Patreon at patreon.com/starbanditspodcast. In the meantime, I'm your co-host, Marcus Delzell. You can find me on all social media at Marcus Delzell.
I'm Caleb King. You can follow me on Twitter at Caleb's Twit, or you could subscribe to my YouTube. It's Caleb King. I'm the pink and yellow one, not the country singer. This is the sound of my mustache against the mic.
I'm Israel. You can find me at fucking Twitter at Depresroll. Good luck spelling that. Yeah.
My name's Junaid. My Instagram is Junaid, Juneid __M.
When I was in middle school, I got my name legally changed. My mom almost made me legally change my name to Robbie Hulk Bland. Because I love the Incredible Hulk so much. And if you want to email us, give me any reason to talk about Hulk and I will take it.
The podcast is over.
All that said, this has been Robbie Hulk Bland. You can find all my social media at Bland Clan Videos. Thank you, everybody.
My name's Tristan. You should really uninstall your social media.
I agree.
Boom.
Not a bad point.
Thank you for tuning in,
That was a hot
everybody.
take.
Tune in next week.
Adios.
Later.
Later.
Hulk
Yeah.
White Claw.